What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So with today being the 1st of July and 2 months of summer ahead of us, I thought today we'd do something a bit different, and in order to stay focused throughout the summer, we'll go through my investing and monetary goals for the next 2 months. And with all that being said, let's dive right on into today's video. So I'm certainly a strong advocate of writing down goals and objectives in order to stay focused, and obviously with the summer coming up fast upon us, and with the likes of my wedding and house hunting, my normal 9 to 5 job, etc., and also my birthday, not to mention that. Again, there's definitely room for staying focused or going off track here. So definitely today we're going to look through 4 key factors, or my 4 main goals for the next 2 months in terms of investing and monetary goals. In order to break down today's video, we'll go through the 4 topics at hand here. First will be YouTube, second investing, third will be bricks and mortar, and fourth is categorized as other. So what I've done, I've written out a full list here that is, of all of my goals and objectives for the next 2 months. And the first of these, as I stated, will be YouTube. Now for YouTube, there's 2 things I want to focus on here. First is the subscriber count, and the second one is upload consistency. So let's start with the sub count. As it stands, we have 1,488 subscribers. I know it says 1.49 here, but it just rounds it up. So for the next 2 months, we're going to have a fairly kind of optimistic goal here of having 2,000 subscribers by the end of August. Now I'll give a very brief update on my weekly portfolio updates at the end of those videos. Maybe a 15 or 20 second update on all 4 of these goals to see if we're on track ahead of time or if we're behind schedule. So again, my subscriber goal here is to have 2,000 subs by the end of August. And also in terms of consistency of uploads, we can even just see here at the bottom, I usually make about 3 to 4 or maybe even 5 videos a week, mainly at the start of the week. So I'm going to set myself a goal here of having 50 uploads between now, the 1st of July, and the end of August, which kind of breaks down to about 5 videos a week. Now that's realistic enough. It might be a bit of a push some of the weeks, considering I still have about 40 to 50 hours of work a week in my normal job, and obviously other things such as the house and wedding preparation, etc. But I will set myself to have 5 videos a week on average to give me 50 uploads over the next 2 months. So in order to stay on track here as well, I made a pretty basic, in fact very basic Excel sheet here, just to keep track each week. I'll just note what I'm at in order to get to my overall goal on the 30th of August, or even the 31st of August. But again, you can see here that 2,000 subscribers and 50 uploads. So the second task or topic that I want to discuss now is my investing goals for the next 2 months. Here we are on my trading 2-on-2 portfolio. Now the whole premise of this channel first day was to have €100,000 invested in the market, and we finally broke the 10% mark here, and we currently have €10,020, 8,365, this is my own capital, and we're up €1,654, or just under 20%, so I'm very happy that we broke the 10% mark here, and now have over 10,000 invested. Now again, over the next 2 months, we kind of have to be a bit realistic here, and unlike YouTube, this is kind of out of my control as such. For example, I could invest €2,000 or €3,000 here, and the markets could go down a bit, which would kind of counteract that. So I am setting myself a goal here to have €12,000 invested by the end of August. Now that's obviously €1,000 a month, which might seem a bit much, considering I don't usually invest even €1,000 a month, but hopefully the markets continue the way they're going. But again, just like my YouTube goals, these mightn't be obtained, but again, you're better off going for something that's out of reach instead of going for something that you know you'd end up hitting. So again, we're going to go for €12,000 here by the end of August. And within that €12,000, I also want to start getting my DeGiro broker going as well. We have a massive €6.30 in the balance at the moment. But again, as I did state in prior videos, once I hit the 10,000 mark on trading 2-on-2, I did want to start using DeGiro as well as my second broker. Now I mentioned many reasons why I wanted a second broker, so I won't go into that today. But again, I was thinking even another option here as well. To start DeGiro off would be money that I made through YouTube in terms of ad revenue, etc. Now comment in the comment section below if you think that would be a good idea in order to start using that money to start this broker off on DeGiro. The third goal that I want to obtain by the end of the summer is to have 5 streams of income going forward. Now I already have 3 in the form of my regular job, as everyone has, I suppose. Then I have YouTube revenue as well coming in, and also investment capital gains. So my capital gains for investing as well. So that's my 3 at the moment, which leaves room for 2 more. So again, definitely if you want to be financially free long term, you need to have multiple streams of income. And the main reason why this is important, in my opinion, is because it's a bit more realistic. For example, you're not going to become a millionaire on any one kind of small thing, whereas if you have a load of multiple kind of different streams of income, Sure, on their own they mightn't make much, but when you combine them all together, they definitely do make a big difference. Over the last few weeks, I have been kind of writing down a lot of different options, and even some of them are fairly straightforward, but again, when you add them all together, they do make a big difference long term. Now, again, one of these would be to actually make a second YouTube channel. Now, I did mention this in a prior video as well, and again, just in one of my other interests, obviously, I love money and investing, as you're probably well aware at this stage. But again, another big interest of mine is sport, so I was thinking of making a sports channel, maybe on the side as well, but again, that's kind of up in the air at the moment. I'm currently looking into this. And also, there's other options that I have in terms of bricks and mortar style and options as well. Again, I can't really go into them too much at the moment, but once they come to fruition, I'll be able to discuss them in a lot more detail. But definitely, my goal for the end of the summer is to have 5 different streams of income. Again, we have 3 already, which leaves room for 2 more. So now that's 3 goals we have so far. Again, a recap would be YouTube, investing, and streams of income is the first 3 goals by the end of August 31st that is. And the 4th goal here is a kind of mixture of a lot of different topics. But again, this is very important as well that a lot of people overlook. And I kind of have this categorized as other. And that would include, for example, tax on investments if you become self-employed, etc. I do want to start looking into that a lot more because obviously once these streams of income start growing, I'll have to start paying a lot more tax, etc. And that becomes a lot more important once they start getting going. So again, I do want to get a head start here. I know a few accountants, so I do want to start kind of asking them and picking their brains a bit in terms of the best options going forward in terms of tax, etc. Now, another thing I want to do as well, and I will be making a video on this once I have it complete, is to make a so-called kind of cheat sheet for investing, or investing rules, as they like to call them, for investing. And now you know I kind of dollar cost average a lot, so that's kind of my main premise investing at the moment, but I would like to start making a cheat sheet or a kind of set of rules. Quite straightforward, doesn't need to be anything scientific or anything like that, but if I even had like 5 or 6 rules on a page or / Word doc that I need to follow in order before investing in any of my investments, I think that would make a big difference long term as well. So there you have it, guys. That's the 4 main topics I want to focus on over the next 2 months. Now again, as I said at the start of this video, I think it's very important to have your goals written down on an Excel or a piece of paper, etc., just so you won't kind of lose track or forget about them. Now again, YouTube, investing, my kind of streams of income, and also my other bracket are the 4 topics I wanted to focus on over the next 2 months. And I really do feel, particularly on the bottom 2 here, like the top 2 here obviously are important as well, but in order to progress long term, I believe the bottom 2 are very important going forward. So I'm really looking forward to seeing each week. Now again, as stated, I'll make a 10 to 20 second update on each of my portfolio updates on Fridays, kind of focusing on this and my updates on each of the weeks to see if we're kind of on track or if we're behind or etc., even if we're ahead of time. So again, I'm really looking forward over the next 2 months to seeing how all 4 of these kind of take form and shape out. So that's the end of today's video. I hope you found it somewhat interesting or entertaining. I'd like to know in the comment section below if you have any goals, objectives over the next 2 months as well. Investing or other goals, doesn't even have to be monetary, even if you have fitness goals, etc. I'd be very interested to know in the comment section below. And what I'd also be interested, once you write down your goals, is how you're kind of approaching this in terms of how you're going to get this goal achieved. So thanks very much. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your Thursday, and I will see you all in tomorrow's video.